Okay, so when asked to give an example of a piecewise function, I came up with f of x equals 1/2 x plus 3 over 2 is over here, and then we can add if x is less than 1. And then negative x plus 3 if x is greater than or equal to 1. So how we can write this, as you can see, these are the plain equations now, with red being this one, blue being this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to add those if situations. So this is going to put a domain and kind of ending to where our equations are going to end up. So as you can see, it's going to stop here. And then for this one, where you're going to put in if x is greater than or equal to 1. Okay, so now we can see this is our piecewise function, and this is what it looks like. So when asked the question, find f of negative 3 with this function, I put in x equals negative 3 because that is what we're trying to find. So we look at the x value of negative 3 right here. So we have to look on this line and figure out where on our function does it intersect this x equals negative 3. And that would be right at 0. So to answer that question, f of negative 3 equals 0. So just to kind of evaluate what each thing means in this red line here is our first part of the piecewise equation. So this equation right here, this part of it, is what kind of made this whole entire line when it went all the way up and it didn't end. This piece here was what made it end right here. So it's saying that it can go from any x value that is less than 1. So this red line goes on for anything less than 1 to infinity. And then it stops right at, 0.99 because it is less than 1. And that is why it stops right there. And then for the blue line, what we have is again that negative x plus 3. So it's a downward line and our intercept would be 3. And what we have going on here is that all of the x values that are both equal to 1, so that's why it goes up to 1 right there, and then everything that is above 1. That's why it goes to 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, all those numbers, it goes this way. And it begins right at 1 right there. So, yeah. And then again, to answer the other question, f of negative 3 equals 0 because that's where it intersects. And then that is how we evaluate our piecewise function.